Okay, so good afternoon, everyone. So today we're going to have our next topic, which is testing validity, reliability, and normality of the questionnaire using SPSS. Okay, so for a while, no. So how to test a validity questionnaire using SPSS. So one reason of taking statistics is that we can use that in our research. Okay. So of course, if there's no data, there's no statistics. Okay. So there are different ways on how to gather data. So one way to do that is by using primary sources such as experiments and questionnaires, no, and then the secondary sources, um examples of that are um internet and books, no, by browsing in the internet and by books. And next is, so the common way in gathering data is by means of questionnaire or instrument. So an instrument or questionnaire can be self-made, no? Pwedeng gawa nyo, sarili nyo, or adapted. Yung you're going to look for another study and then you will adapt their questionnaire. And it is okay to adopt the instrument. Okay? But the problem, or the usual problem that we encounter in doing researches, the researchers itself, or the student itself, were no longer, or were not able to test the validity and the reliability of the instrument, no? Yun yung problema kapag nag-adapt lang ng instrument or questionnaire. So even though the reason, or let's say for example, you will say, "Ma'am, I adapt the instrument." Yes, you adapted it, but it is not, dapat hindi siya 100% um that you will use the instrument. Hindi 100% na inadapt mo. So, pwede, ang gawin mo is to, some of the items, no, some of the items were modified to fit in with your study. Imo-modify mo naman ng konti. No, baka kasi yung i-adapt mo malayo dun sa study na ginagawa mo. So, that's why we need to test the validity and reliability of your instrument. Okay? So, the validity and reliability is essential in research data collection. So, therefore, the correct data will be determining true results or not, the through the results of research quality, while true or not, the data is highly dependent on true or not the research instrument. Okay? So, for a while, I will use a pen. Okay. So, next is, so that's why validity is needed. Okay? So, that's why validity is needed. So, validity is a measure of the degree of validity of a research instrument. An instrument is said to be valid if it is able to measure what is said to be measured or desired. Okay, an instrument is said to be valid if can be revealed of the data of the variables studied. Okay, so we need to test the validity. So in quantitative research, okay, so we need to test the validity. So in quantitative research, actually in your study or in your research or in the future in your dissertation, most of you or almost all of you are going to do quantitative research. No, quantitative research yung gagawin nyo. So most of you or almost of you. So it's only means, or it's only the languages and psychology are doing the qualitative research. Okay? Only the language or the psychology are doing the qualitative research. The instrument that is often used is it in the form of questionnaire, no? Lagi naman malimit na in the form of questionnaire yung pinaka-instrument of your study or ng isang research. Okay? So way back when we are not yet in pandemic, we distribute the questionnaire face to face by using pen and paper, 'di ba? So siguro naka-experience din naman kayo na there are researchers or students or kapwa nyo students na nagbibigay talaga face to face ng questionnaire, no? And but now, no, now gumagamit na tayo ng Google Docs, no? Up to now, dahil lalo na yung mga malalayo, no, Google Docs na yung ginagamit. Pero syempre ngayon na we are um, nanabalik na tayo sa normal natin, gano'n na ulit. We need to use, we need to distribute the questionnaire by using pen and paper or face-to-face. Okay? But again, pwedeng gumamit ng Google Docs, no? Pasa-pasa na lang through online and then, yeah, makaka-gather ka din ng data. Alright? So, the questionnaire is a technique of data collection or data collection is done by giving a set of questions. Ano? Yun yung questionnaire, no? Data collection is done by giving set of questions or written statement, no, to the respondents to answer. So meron kayong set of questions na ibibigay sa respondents to answer, no, to answer, to determine true, to determine through the questionnaire complied if it is valid or not, or it is necessary to test validity. All right? So next is yeah. The questionnaire is a technique of data collection is done by doing set of questions or a written statement to the respondents to answer determine through questionnaire complied it valid or not, it is necessary to test validity. To determine through questionnaire compiled it is valid or not, it is necessary to test validity. So now that now in testing validity, we can use SPSS to test that. Oh no. So again, in testing validity, we can use SPSS. Okay? So we can use SPSS to test the validity of the questionnaire. So test the validity of questionnaire was conducted using person product. Okay? Using person product correlation or person product moment correlation, no? Ito yung gagamitin natin when testing validity. Again, when testing validity, we will use person product moment correlation using SPSS. The validity test product moment person correlation done by correlating each item questionnaire scores with totality score. So meaning so this person product moment correlation using SPSS, though this is a computation, no? This is a computation in SPSS. So we're going to determine whether the item number 1 is correlated to item number 2, item number 3 is correlated to item number 4, and so on. No? So the question is when we can say that our instrument is valid. No? So, paano ba natin masasabi na yung instrument na pinrepare or ginawa natin, ginawa ninyo, is valid? So, this is the decision rule. So, this is the decision rule. So, in actual, we are not testing the validity anymore or the computation. No, validity can also be tested or checked by an expert in the field by means of, ito yan. So, by means of first content validation, second one is construct validation, and then the third one is criterion validation. So but before we go to or we ask for help to an expert, so we need to know the decision rule. So this is the basic making decision in validity test under validity, no? So seeing the value of significance value or the significance, the first one, for a while, mm, yeah, if the significance value is less than, or this significance value is also your p-value, no? P-value is less than 0.05, then the instrument is declared valid. And if the significance value is greater than 0.05, then the instrument is declared invalid. Okay? So, ito yung decision rule na kailangan yung tandaan. The significance value or the p-value, if it is less than 0.05, then it is valid. And then if it is greater than 0.05, then the instrument is declared invalid. Alright? So, next is, um, wait for a while. So, next is, yeah. So in actual, again, we are not testing the validity anymore or the computation. Okay, so validity can also be tested or checked by an expert in by means of cons, content validation, construct validation, and criterion validation. So for example, your topic is all about taxes or taxation, no? So you have to look for an expert that is expert when it comes to taxes, no? Hindi yung taxes yung study mo, yung topic mo, sa pupunta ka sa you will look for a to a you will look sa isang tao na na hindi ganon kalawak yung knowledge about taxes. So again, you need to look for an expert no about that certain topic, kung ano man yung topic mo, or yung in line sa inyong field. So you have to look for an expert and ask them to make comments, no? Um to make comments about your paper, about your questions, about your study. And you need to ask them to sign and write comments on your papers. So that is one way for validating your instrument. That is validation. So usually ito um yung you have to look for an expert that is content validation, no? Yung you have to look an expert, then you will ask their ideas, or you need to make you ask them to make comments and sign your paper. That is content validation. And construct validation naman is how you constructed the instrument, no? On how again, construct validation is how you constructed the instrument. While criterion validation is based on the subdomains that you have, no? Yung mga subdomains, kung ano man yung ready-made mo na subdomains. But most of the time, you ask expert for the content validation, no? Para sure na, hindi matatapon or hindi mapupunta sa wala yung ginagawa mo, yung sinisimulan mo. You need to ask experts. So, especially if your advisor, no, if ever man, na if your advisor is not into your field, no, yung kumbaga hindi kayo magka-inline, so you need to look for an expert, then for them to check your instrument. Okay? And that is validity. So, yeah, that is validity. Okay? So, this is an example. Okay, this is an example. You have your data, ito yung data, and then SPSS, ito data, and then yung SPSS. So, we need to compute, but we don't need for testing the validity because experts can do that, no? Yung, magko-compute tayo, pero yung to test the validity ay hindi na para sa atin, no? We need to look for an expert to do that for us. And then this is one that we're going to concentrate, no? Ito yung ating kailangang i-concentrate. How to test the reliability. Okay? So meaning the reliability. So reliability, so you need to remember. So how to test the reliability method alpha using SPSS. So whether you need to remember this one, guys. So in testing reliability, so whether your data is valid or invalid, you need to test the reliability. Okay, again, whether your data is invalid or valid, you need to test the reliability. So what is this? So ano ba itong reliability? Okay. So instruments that are valid and reliable in research is a necessary condition to obtain high quality research results. To that end, it is necessary to test the validity and reliability to determine whether the instrument used in the study are valid and reliable. So meaning, after the research instrument is declared invalid in the validity of the test, then the next step is to measure the reliability. So reliability is a measure to indicate, no? It's a measure to indicate that a reliable instrument to be used as means of collecting data for the instrument is considered good. All right? So good instrument will not be ten, 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 tendentious, directing the respondent to select certain answers. Okay, so reliable means trustworthy. Okay, so again, reliable means trustworthy. So we need to test the reliability of each questions. Kasi nga, trustworthy, so we need to test the reliability of each question. So several times repeated, whatever the outcome will remain the same or consistent. Because reliability, again, is testing. Again, remember this one, reliability is testing the internal consistency of each items. Okay? So again, reliability is testing the internal consistency of each items. Okay? Yeah. And then, reliability test in when we say internal consistency, sabi nga reliability is in internal consistency. When we say internal consistency, um this is what I'm telling you, or ito yung ibig kong sabihin, no? Several times repeated, whatever the outcome will remain same or consistent. So meaning, kumbaga yung isang grupo pinagsagot, you ask them to answer this one, kailangan consistent yung sagot nila kapag pinasagutan mo yung isa pang questionnaire. Or yung sa ibang group pinasagutan mo, dapat consistent yung magiging sagot nila para masabi mo reliable yung iyong instrument, no? So, kailangan there is consistency. Okay? So, if the validity, so, kanina, no, if the validity can be computed using person product moment correlation, so the reliability test can be used or can be done by using the Cronbach's alpha. Okay, it can be done by using Cronbach's alpha, this one. So the instrument has high degree or reliability if the value of Cronbach's alpha obtained as follows. So ano yung pinagkaiba, no? So again, kanina sa testing validity, we are going to use person product moment correlation. Here in reliability, we will use Cronbach's alpha. Okay, so reliability test instrument can be done using Cronbach's alpha. So according to George and Mallory, no, ayan, George and Mallory 2023, 2003, provided the rules of thumb. So, ito yung tatandaan nyo under Cronbach's alpha. Ayan, ito. No, itong satisfaction na to. So, meaning, meaning, ito yung ating tatandaan, ano, itong if, according to George and Mallory, this one, itong excellent, good, and acceptable are the good one, no? Ito yung mga okay. Meaning, if your Cronbach's alpha result is 0.69 and below, okay, if your Cronbach's alpha value is 0.69 and below, meaning you need to revise, delete, or make new items, no? Make new items. Okay? So, bakit again? So, again, according to George and Mallory, so, provided the rules of thumb or dissatisfaction, so, itong excellent, good, and acceptable, so, greater than or equal to 0.90, greater than or equal to 0.80, and 0.70. So, ito lang yung mga okay, no? I mean, these are the acceptable one. No, ito yung katanggap-tanggap, pwedeng tanggapin yung inyong study. So, but again, if it happens na in the value of the Cronbach's alpha is 0.69 and below, meaning ito, under na dito, so you need to revise, delete, or make new items. No? Yun ang tatandaan nyo. Kailangan 0.70 and above. No? Is it, whether it is equal to 0.70 or greater than 0.70. Yun yung acceptable. Pero again, if it is below 0.69, you need to make or revise or delete or make new items or new set of questions. Alright, so let us have practice, no? Practice natin kung paano ba kumuha ng or yes, to get the value of Cronbach's alpha. So, everyone, you open your SPSS and encode all of this, no? Everyone, you open the SPSS and you need to encode this. Encode all of this one, and then I'll show you how to compute reliability, no? I show you how to compute the value of Cronbach's alpha. Okay? Again, you open your SPSS and then encode all of this data, encode all of this, and I will show you how to compute reliability or to get the value of Cronbach's alpha. Okay? So, I hope you are already there in encoding, no? So, I will stop sharing the PowerPoint presentation and I will go to the SPSS, no? Para makasunod kayong lahat. Okay, so how to compute later. So, how to compute reliability using SPSS. Okay? So, everyone, again, you open your SPSS and then encode yung data given. Okay, after encoding the data given, so, first is to click Analyze. So, puntahan natin, Stop Share, and share again pala. Ang isi-share natin is the SPSS. Yeah, this one. Yeah. So after encoding, no, after encoding the given data, so first you need to click Analyze. You need to click Analyze, and then Analyze, you need to click Analyze, and then Scale, okay? And then click Reliability Analysis. Okay? So mapupunta kayo dito. Okay? So after that, what we're going to do is to transfer question 1. Oh, you need to transfer question 1. You need to select question 1, question 2, and question 3. No? You need to select these 3 items and then you transfer it to this box. So, items. Yeah. So, kailangan si question number 1, question 2, question 3 ay mapupunta dito kay items, dito sa box na to. And then, after that, you click analysis, statistics. You click statistics and then you click statistics and then you check item, scale if item deleted, correlations, and means. Okay? Again, after transferring the question 1 to question 3 to the items, you click statistics and then check the item, scale if item deleted, correlations, and means. After checking all this, anong tawag dito, items, so you click continue and then okay, no? So, after that, it will pop up yan. Magpa-pop up yung output viewer. I don't know kung nag-pop up ba sa inyo, no? So, it will pop up to your output viewer. So sige. I will stop sharing again. And then, I will share the output viewer. Yan. Output viewer. Yan. Resume share. For a while ha. Wala. Nasaan na ang ating output viewer? Ito. Ayan. So, yan. So, as you can see, ito yung lalabas sa inyo after that, no? Magpa-pop up sa inyo itong output viewer. So, I will show you the output. Ito na yung output. And then, this is the result, no? This is the result. So, this one, this one, the reliability statistics, ito yung i-check nyo. This one, you're going to check the reliability statistics, especially this, particularly the value of Cronbach's alpha. No, as you can see here, the value of Cronbach's alpha is 0.17. No, 0.017. And Tama. So again, this is the result. You're going to check the reliability statistics, particularly the value of Cronbach's alpha. So here, the Cronbach's alpha is 0.17. So you need to identify saan papatak or under what satisfaction is 0.17. Saan ba papatak si 0.17? No, where does 0.017 or 0.017 fall? No, saan nga ba siya papatak? So again, you need to remember the value of Cronbach's alpha, which is 0.17. So I will stop sharing again. So 0.17, nasaan ang ating PowerPoint? Okay, so again, the value of our Cronbach's alpha is 0.17. So in what satisfaction that is false? Tama ba? Where does 0.017 fall? Yun. Where does 0.17 fall? So again, babalikan nyo to. Itong kay George and Mallory. Para makuha nyo kung ano ba yung inyong magiging decision. So again, our Cronbach's alpha value is 0.017. So saan siya papatak? Saan po papatak si 0.17? So 0.17 is nandito. Falls under unacceptable, no? So meaning yung value nyo ng 0.017 or the Cronbach's alpha ay under satisfaction. The item under satisfaction is unacceptable, no? Kasi 0.17, ito yan, no? Unacceptable. Thus, so we need to ano ulit kapag ito ay below or less than 0.50, so we need to revise or delete the items, no? Kailangan nyong baguhin, i-revise ang items. Okay? So meaning, no? So you need after getting kung ano yung interpretation or the result or the value of Cronbach's alpha, so we need also to make a summary about it, no? After getting the value which is 0.017, so you need also to make a summary of the output. So ang kailangan nyo lang naman is to make a table, no? So again, sa table, ang gagawin nyo lang is you need to make this one, the variables, number of items, the Cronbach's, the value of the Cronbach's alpha, and the remarks, whether to accept or not, no? Kung ano man yung, kung saan man siya papatak dun sa ating satisfaction. Okay, so variables, so of course, ang ating variables is satisfaction. So number of items is 3, and the value of Cronbach's alpha is 0.017. So ang remarks niya is unacceptable. So ang interpretation niya based on the Cronbach's alpha value 0.017, the items under satisfaction is unacceptable. Thus, we need to revise or to delete the items. So yeah. So yan, ganyan. So ganyan yung pagkuha ng value ng Cronbach's alpha or how to test the reliability of the instrument. Okay? So now we are done in reliability. So we will proceed now to our next topic, which is the normality in SPSS. Okay? So normality. So testing normality is needed in order for us to determine whether the data is normal or not. Okay? For the word itself, normality. So ito lang, ito-test lang natin if the data or if the instrument is normal or not. No? So, ito yung mga kailangan yung tandaan. It is a requirement of any parametric statistical test. For example, the independent sample t-test, the data is normally distributed. Kailangan normally distributed. There are a number of different ways to test this requirement. We're going to focus on the Kolmogorov, Smirnov, and Shapiro-Wilk test. No? So, kung kanina, sa yung pinakauna natin, the validity, paano ulit kuhanin? We will use the person, product, moment correlation, di ba? Pag validity. Kapag reliability, we will use the Cronbach's alpha. No? Again, kapag validity, person, product, moment correlation. Person, product, moment correlation, validity. Reliability is Cronbach's alpha. Reliability is Cronbach's alpha. And here, in normality naman, we're going to use this Kolmogorov-Smirnov and Shapiro-Wilk test. No? Shapiro-Wilk test. So again, normality is needed in order for us to determine if it is normal, whether the data is normal or not. So, no. So, ito, ginagamit to because you need to decide the statistical test that you're going to use that is appropriate to your study, no? Bago ang lahat, you need to test, ito sa normality, you decide the statistical test. Paano mo ba mapapagdesisyonan or magka-come up kung anong statistical test ang gagamitin that is appropriate to your studies. Okay? So, yeah, if the data is normal, tandaan nyo to ha, kasi nga, testing normality is needed in order to determine if it is normal or not. If the data is normal, we can use parametric test. Tandaan, if the data is normal, we can use parametric test such as t-test, ANOVA, Pearson R, and etc. And if the data is not normal, we can use non-parametric tests such as Mann-Whitney-U test, Kruskal-Wallis, Spearman-Rowe, and etc. Okay, again, if the data is normal, parametric test ang gagamitin natin. Alright? So, next is when to use, okay, when to use the Kolmogorov-Smirnov and Shapiro-Wilk test, no? Kolmogorov-Smirnov is used when the sample size is greater than 50. Tandaan ha, pag greater than 50, ang gagamitin natin is Kolmogorov-Smirnov. And if the sample size is less than 50, we will use Shapiro-Wilk test. Okay? We will use Shapiro-Wilk test kapag ang sample size is less than 50. Okay? So, Shapiro-Wilk test is more appropriate for small sample sizes. Ito yon, yung less than 50 yung sample size, but can also handle sample sizes as large as 2,000. So, yeah. Of course, I will teach you how to compute the normality of the data. Okay? So these are the procedure that we're going to perform, to follow. Ano? So first, you need to open a new file. Open a new file. So I will stop sharing again. And then I will show you the um the data you need to encode, no, for us to test the normality of the questionnaire or the instrument for a while. So let me share to you the data you're going to to encode. This one. No, not this one. Stop share. For a while. Yeah, this one. I saw it. Alright. Ayan. Alright. Okay, so again, you open a new file, you go to your SPSS and you open a new file, yan. Open a document, open a new file, and then you encode this. Encode all of this, no? And then, wait for a while. Okay, so you or ito, pwedeng ito lang yung i-encode mo, no? Encode this on your sheet, no? On your SPSS. And then, we need to follow the procedure, yung kanina, doon sa ating PowerPoint presentation. So, ano yung ating procedure? So, let's say for example, you're done encoding this data, no? Natapos na kayong mag-encode nito, itong lahat ng to. So, you're going to first to click Analyze again. Click Analyze. And then, you go to Descriptive Statistics. Anyway, itong procedure na to is included in the PowerPoint presentation, no? Again, click Analyze, Descriptive Statistics, and then Descriptive Statistics, and then Explore. Okay? Then, this one, yeah, ito yung lalabas sa inyo, no? Kung ano man yung data na in-input nyo sa ating SPSS, sa data view. So, again, you need to click Frisbee throwing or the given data. Oh, yeah. Kung ano man yung gusto nyong variable ang i-move, ano, let's say for example, sa atin, ang papagawa ko sa inyo is the Frisbee throwing distance meters. No? Kung ano man yung data ang pinagawa ko sa inyo, you need to move that into dependent list. So, you click Frisbee throwing distance meters and then you click this one. So, mapupunta siya dito. It will be look like this. And then after that, you click the plots button. Itong plots again. You click plots. Then okay. And then, after checking or after clicking plots, mapupunta ka dito and then you need to click the normality plots with test. Ito lang. I-check nyo lang to. No, itong normality plots with test. And then, you click continue, click OK, and then magpa-pop up ulit ito dun sa output viewer. So, let me show you the output of this normality of our data. So, I will stop sharing this one and look for the output. Output. Ayun. 0 point, nasaan yun? Ayan. Alright. So, after clicking analyze, then descriptive statistics, and then you click or you choose the variable that you're going to transfer to the dependent list box, and then you click plot button, and then after clicking the plot button, you need to check the normality, yung box dun sa normality, and then click continue, then okay, and then magpa-pop up ulit kayo dun sa output viewer, and ito yung pinaka result. Yan. Ito yung lalabas sa inyo, no? Ito yung lalabas, and you will look for this one. Test of, nabagal na ang aking laptop. Oops, lampas. Ito. Wait lang ha. Magbaback to 0 na naman yung ni-record ko. For a while. Ayan. Yan. You will look for test of normality. Okay? Sa test of normality, Wait lang, hindi na ako nagki-click pa rin siya. Tumigil na. Yeah, you will look for this one, itong result na 'to, no, test of normality. Alright? So ngayon, makikita nyo dito sa test of normality, yung significance, no? And, itong significance, yeah, makikita nyo. Pagkatapos, nasaan na tayo? So, after that, you need to assess whether the distribution is normal, no? After checking the output, itong test of normality, you need to check whether your data is this or whether the data distribution is normal. So my question is, what you will use? Kolmogorov or Shapiro-Wilk test? Ano ba yung gagamitin natin dito? So, seeing the result, ano yung gagamitin natin? Kolmogorov or Shapiro-Wilk test? So, again, so we need to identify, you need to identify kung ilan ang sample size ng ating given kanina, ng ating data. So, ang ating data kanina ay 20 items only. No, 20 lang. Meaning, that is less than 50. At kapag less than 50, we will use Shapiro. No? So, dito tayo. Ito yung ating gagamitin. Shapiro-Wilk test. Dalawa kasi yung mabibigay sa inyong result, kay Kolmogorov at kay Shapiro. So, since our data is less than 50, 20 lang yung ating data kanina, so we will use Shapiro. No? So since we will use Shapiro-Wilk test, then you will look for the significance value under ni Shapiro. No? Kung ang ating sample size is greater than 50, ito yung ating hahanapin under ni Kolmogorov-Smirnov, itong significance na to. But then again, our data or the sample size given is 20 only, meaning less than 50. So we will look for the significance value under Shapiro-Wilk test. So the significance value here is 0.128. Okay, so meaning, okay, I will stop sharing and we'll go back to the PowerPoint presentation. PowerPoint presentation. Yeah. No. This is Excel. I will share the PowerPoint presentation. Nasaan ka na? Pare. Alright. So, after the procedure and finding the normality of the given data, so ito yung step by step. Then, lalabas na yung result. No. So, the significance value is 0.128. 128 ito ha. Okay. So, if the computed value under Kolmogorov or ito, decision rule. If the computed value or the computed significant value under Kolmogorov-Smirnov or Shapiro-Wilk test is greater than 0.05, then the data is said to be normal. Otherwise, not. So again, ang our significance value na nakuha kanina, significance value is 0.128. No? 0.128 yung nakuha natin. So, ano ba si 0.128? Is it greater than 0.05 or less than 0.05? Again, if it is greater than 0.05, then it is normal. And if it is not greater than 0.05 or less than 0.05, it is not normal. So, since 0.128 is greater than 0.05, meaning our data given is normal. No? At dahil normal siya, we will use, we will use, ano, anong gagamitin natin? Again, yung kanina, yung binigay ko sa inyong pinakauna, under normality, kapag siya ay normal distribution, we will use, we will use parametric test such as t-test, ANOVA, person R, etc. No? So, since the data is normal, no? The data is normal, again, dahil ang significance value natin, tandaan ha, ang significance value na nakuha natin is 0.128. And 0.128 is greater than 0.05. At kapag greater than 0.05 siya ay normal. At kapag normal ang data, ito ang gagamitin natin, parametric test. No? So, yeah. So since normal nga siya, kailangan magbibigay tayo ng formal, whether it is normal or not, we need to have a formal interpretation of our data. Meron tayong formal interpretation. So, it looks like this dapat, no? Ito ang ating interpretation, no? So, again, ito yung nakuha nating test or the result, test of normality under Shapiro-Wilk test, ito. So, dahil, again, ang ating sample size, ang sample size natin is only, 20, ang sample size natin ay 20, and 20 is less than 50, so we will use Shapiro. Again, if it is greater than 50, we will use Kolmogorov-Smirnov. No, but then again, less than 20 ang ating sample size, so ito ang ating gagamitin under ni Shapiro-Wilk, no? So, interpretation, from the sample size given, we will use Shapiro-Wilk test. So, upon checking the significance value of 0.128, the data is said to be normal. So, since it is greater than 0.05, the appropriate test is to use is parametric test. No? So, yung mga sinabi ko kanina, isa-summary nyo lang, and then that is the interpretation. Okay? So, yeah. So, that is normality. No? So, natapos natin ngayon ang validity, reliability, and normality ng isang instrument using SPSS. So, yeah. So, if you have questions, you may ask me or you may chat me. No, pwede kayong mag-chat sa akin sa ating GC for clarification. So, yeah. Good luck on your exams. Sa inyong exam tomorrow. So, since ito, sana mag-save to, no? Ito ay tomorrow, ang inyong hands-on will be focused on how to get the values, no? Nung sa ating normality, reliability, and validity, the Cronbach's alpha, paano kuhanin ng value, what are the values of the given Cronbach's alpha, of the data using Cronbach's alpha, like that. So, yon, no? So, I hope everyone na makapasa kayo sa ating exam. Okay, so, yeah, see you tomorrow and have a nice day. Goodbye.